basketball on Sundays. My dad's a pastor, he still is. On Sunday afternoons, I'd play my dad in basketball games out on the concrete. We had a goal, and that goal was still at our house, and that's what we did on Sunday afternoons. And how a Christian man could whoop up on his son the way my dad would whoop up on me on basketball and then go and preach that night. There's something might be wrong with that. But we would go and play, and my dad, he would, you know how it is. You either dad, he's going to annihilate me, beat me 7-0, 11-0, it's over, or he's going to let you get ahead a little bit, right? Then he's going to make you think you've won, make you think you got a chance. Then he's going to beat you at the end. And then after he beats you, and he's made you feel awful when you're upset and you're an 11-year-old kid, your world is destroyed because your dad just beat you in a pickup game in the backyard. He walks inside to watch the NASCAR race and sit in his recliner and he goes, V-I-C-T-O-R-Y, V-I-C-T-O-R-Y, victory, victory, that's my cry. And now you're just, you're a kid, you're, I hate him. He didn't just beat me. It beat me and made me like it. Right? That's what vindication is. Vindication is winning and making the other team like it. Vindication is taking the devil and him having you in hell or in bondage, and you coming out of that bondage, or you coming out of that jail cell, or coming out of whatever he's held you in, coming out of it, and not only defeating it, whether it be a drug addiction or whatever type of addiction it may be, or whatever it may be that the devil has you entangled in. Coming out of it, not only to be set free from it, but to be used to help set others free from the same problem. Vindication is taking the back of the devil's head, grabbing him by the back of the hair, sticking his face in the dirt, and saying, have some of that. How you like it? Whooping him, beating him, making him like it. That's what vindication is. There's a story I tell about an elderly widow woman. She lived in a subdivision by herself. Her husband had passed away years before. She lived in a subdivision by herself. She was a very Christian woman and loved God. Sometimes hard for her to get to church, so a lot of times she had church on the front porch when she'd wake up in the morning to go get her mail. She'd wake up and she'd go get her mail off the front porch. And as she'd go, she'd sing praises to her God, and she'd pray, and she'd just thank God for another day. She'd thank God for saving her soul, and thank God for her many blessings and how He watched over her and how He protects her. She'd do this every morning. Every single morning that she woke up, this is what she did. It's the first thing she did when she went and checked her mailbox. Well, eventually in this subdivision, there's an atheist that moves in next door. And how many of us know there's always an atheist next door, right? Always. Whether it's in the workplace, whether it's at the grocery store, whether it's on the television, there's always an atheist next door. And the atheist next door, while this older elderly lady is getting ready going out to check for her mailbox, this young man, this atheist, he's getting ready to go to work every morning while this is going on. He couldn't stand it. He hated that this elderly woman would sing praises to her God, which is a God that he didn't believe in. And as she would sing her praises to her God every morning, this atheist, he began to mock. He began to laugh at her. He'd even holler at her. Say, God's not real. Bible's a lie. God's not true. Jesus is dead. The tomb's not empty. Every morning, this is what she'd do. And that's how he'd react. Every morning. He'd get ready and he'd go on to work, no big deal. There was one morning, though, the elderly widow woman, she's getting ready to go outside, and she gets on the front porch. She's singing her praises to her God. Thank you, God, for allowing me to live another day. Thank you for saving my soul, God. Thank you for the long life you've blessed me with. And thank you for just keeping me healthy and watching over me. God, today the cupboard's it's getting bare. There's not a lot of food in the refrigerator. God, if you could work it out, I'd appreciate it if you put some food in the fridge. God, if you provide me with some food today, I thank you. That atheist man, he hears it, right? That atheist next door, his ear, and he lights up. He says, I got it. He hurries and gets ready for work, goes into work early, gets to work, and he finishes his job early, and so he can leave early. And on the way home, he stops by a Walmart or a Kroger or an Ingles. We stopped by an Ingles yesterday. They were unreal. Stops by an Ingles, and he gets a bunch of groceries, just bags and bags of groceries. He waits till the sun sets. He waits till late at night, and he takes those groceries and he sits it on her front door. Right where she'll see them first thing in the morning. She wouldn't miss it. The next morning, he wakes up early, he gets dressed, and he's sitting on that front porch, and he's just waiting, right? He's just waiting. He's like a hound dog. That elderly woman, she walks out on the front porch, and as she did every morning, as she had made her routine, she starts singing her praises to her God. Just thank you, God, for another day. Thank you for the sunshine. God, thank you for the health to be able to walk. Thank you for a place to live. God, thank you for saving my soul. God, thank you for these groceries that you put on the front porch for me. Thank you for being my Jehovah Jireh and providing. That atheist, he's just waiting. She says that. Atheist goes berserk, right? God's not real. God is dead. Jesus is dead. The tomb's not empty. The Bible's not true. He said, I'm the one that provided those groceries for you. She never let it faze her. She said, thank you, God, for being my God. Thank you for sending your son to die on a cross for an old wretched soul such as mine. Thank you, God, for the many blessings that you've blessed me with throughout my life. Always providing for me, God. Thank you for always being my Jehovah Jireh. God, thank you for providing these groceries for me and filling the refrigerator and filling the cupboard and filling the pantry. God, and most of all, thank you for making the devil pay for it.